Joining us right now is former Attorney General of India, Soli Sorabji. Mr. Sorabji, many thanks for joining us here on India Ahead at 9. It's the jurisdiction of the high courts to recruit judges to the lower judiciary. Why do you think there has been such a prolonged vacancy in the post of judges for so many years?
Yes, that's rather disturbing. But look, you have to fill up judges, but you must fill up the vacancies by able judges, by honest judges. It's not a mere mechanical exercise that you just fill up. So that takes time, but not so much time. I agree with you. Now I suppose the process will be hastened up. The Supreme Court has passed some directions, made some observations, so it will be done. But I repeat, the idea is not merely to fill up the vacancies. You must fill it up with able judges, judges with ability, and judges with reputation for honesty.
Okay. Mr. Sorabji, in an unprecedented observation by the CJI, Justice Ranjan Gogoi, it was said that if the high courts do not change their casual attitude, the Supreme Court would take over their responsibilities and make it a centralized process. I want to know your take. Is he just angry, or can this actually happen?
Well, it's just an observation, just to make the high courts wake up and do the work seriously. I don't think it can be really done. But the observation was meant to alert the high court, to wake them up and to tell them, do your job quickly, otherwise we do it.
Now, Mr. Sorabji, the CJI has endeavored to undertake many new initiatives, including the establishment of an in-house think tank to ensure that judgments are more qualitative, as you were just saying. Also, he isn't hearing matters which don't deserve an urgent hearing. How do you view the manner in which he is attempting to deal with the pendency of cases?
Now, I think the Chief Justice is going about in a very pragmatic manner. You can't just hear cases because people think they're urgent. The court has its own priority of cases. It really knows what are really urgent cases. Just because someone mentions the case and asks for urgent hearing, it cannot be granted. I'm glad the Chief Justice are firm on that. Otherwise it becomes a fashion for people to just make a mention, urgent, urgent. Really not urgent, it's more for political reasons that they want publicity. And that's the reason why the Chief Justice has taken a good firm stand. I completely agree with it.
Okay, okay. In that case, my final question, Mr. Sorabji, as an esteemed law officer for the longest time, what do you think could be a solution to this problem of vacancies in the posts of judges?
First of all, I was not a part of the judiciary at any time. I was never a judge. I was only Attorney General. But no solution kya kare? Solution would be really to see that competent advocates are willing to accept judgeship. Advocates who are not only competent, not only able, but got a reputation of honesty. That's important. It's a huge task. It can't be solved in a day, overnight. It has to be done gradually. But also gradually doesn't mean you sleep over it. But it takes time. But I'm sure the Chief Justice means serious business, and his observations are really meant to tell the High Court, do your job quickly and steadily.
Well, I think that's a very, very important point that you're making, that you don't just have to fill it up with a judge, you have to fill it up with a qualified judge, and to that extent, I would agree with you. I would absolutely agree with you. Thank you very much, Mr. Sorabji, for joining us for your opening comments. Let me throw this open for a discussion. I have a very, very esteemed panel with me of lawyers, of how they perceive this situation. There are two interesting aspects to this particular discussion, and I want to address both of them. Arjun Neely is an advocate in the High Court, joining us from Hyderabad. We've got Gaurav Pathak, who's also an advocate, joining us from our studios in Delhi. Kriti Avasthi is also with us. Thank you so much for joining us. Dr. Chandra Rajan joins us from the National Capital via a live link. And we have Nipun Saxena, he's an advocate in the Supreme Court, joining us right here. I'm going to begin with you, Gaurav. I want to know from you, which part of Justice Gogoi's statement should be read with skepticism? I think that he did exactly what needed to be done long ago, which is to fill up these vacancies. Can we not directly link the delay in the cases or the pendencies with the fact that we don't have the requisite amount of judges? Gaurav.
Not exactly.
Why?
Article 235 of the Constitution gives High Court the power of superintendence over the lower judiciary. The Constitution has been made in such a manner so that every institution has certain rights and responsibilities. Now the Chief Justice is trying to venture into an arena in which he holds no responsibility as per the Constitution. So either Justice Gogoi will have to take the full responsibility for what he is doing, what he has started, which was also done by Justice Khair, but which we could not complete because we have such a short tenure for the Chief Justice of India. So it has to be an institution-driven thing, not a person-driven thing. So it's very complicated.
Okay. Interesting point. Priti, would you want to come in? What is your view on this?
So
his point is that don't start a process which you know you don't have the mandate to deliver.
Right.
That's his message for the Chief Justice. Yeah.
So this has been going on since the judgment, since the matter of Malik Mazhar Sultan, and since then this debate of how can we ensure that this happens in an automatic manner. There's a process set in place, but it hasn't happened. The Chief Justice's remarks are only an endeavor towards expediting the entire process. So it's not like he's trying to take over the reins.
Yeah.
He's suggesting that, let's start doing this quickly, otherwise we'll have to take over. So to say that there should be an automatic process, that's the effort that he's also trying to make.
Yeah.
But this effort has been going on since 2007.
Correct. That's exactly my point. See, there is a reason why the Chief Justice has had to make this intervention. Because things are not happening on their own. These are vacancies that have been there for a very long time. So do you think that this intervention was inevitable? It was required.
Absolutely.
And things must change from here on.
Right. And if the Chief makes a statement, I think the Chief of the various high courts, they'll take him seriously, and they will also realize that they're answerable to the Supreme Court. The registrars will be present on the next date of hearing, which I believe is the 1st of November.
Yeah.
And everybody will come up with their 2 cents on how the system can move faster.
Okay. Okay. Mr. Nipun Saxena, what about your view?
Yeah, well, first thing is to address both the perspectives. Has it been done before? The answer is yes. On the judicial side, yes.
Okay.
The NGT Bar Association case, which is currently pending before the Supreme Court of India, precise questions were raised. Whether if the various tribunals, there is a lack of appointment, there are not many appointees, whether the Supreme Court of India on its judicial side could make such appointments? Yes. For the purpose of making such appointments, definitely no. But for the purpose of supervising whether those appointments are to be made, the answer is yes. So perhaps the